to swear twice during mine.
Did you? God.
Yes, I was in,
How bad? How bad was the swearing? This will be an interesting.
Word.
The S word. It's quite interesting that we're doing an anecdote about swearing on a vehicle where we're not allowed to swear.
Well, we don't know if we're not allowed to swear.
We
is the
don't
thing.
know.
They were kind of
Should we swear now and see what happens? Knickers.
balls.
Balls.
Yeah.
Great big hairy balls.
Twazzock.
Oh, twaz, that was daring. I think we get away with that.
Boobies.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, I
Tits.
swear you mentioned it was during this economics thing we had to write something up on a whiteboard, and I started drawing this graph. Eventually, I realised I made some big mistake earlier on, and like thrown it off. And so I've been bantering for the past 2 days in the common room, meeting new people and all
Yeah,
that.
it's a great experience.
And I sort of, because I'd been bantering so much, I was just like, as soon as I realised a mistake, I sort of went, oh, beep. Realised I'd sworn,
S word.
went, oh, beep.
Shucks.
And then went,
Shucks ahoy.
whoops. Moving on. I kid you
Did
not.
you really do
It was-
that comedy like slipping on a banana?
I promise you, it was. I actually went whoops,
Oh,
and it was
bloody
it was in
hell.
quick succession as well. So it was basically like instead of the S word, let's use what word should we use?
Shucks.
Sharks. It was like oh sharks, oh sharks. Whoops. Moving on. And they sort of stared at me blankly.
No laughter, not even a little bit.
No, they just looked awkward. I mean, they were thinking, oh my god, there are people who use such dirty words and all that. They were just shocked to the
I
core.
don't know. I think Oxford tutors, like depending on the tutor, obviously. Cause
Oh, some are very, yeah.
some are very
nice,
state, but a
obviously.
lot of them, they want a bit of vim and pep in their potential students, don't they? Like I've taken to
Passione.
Passione. Like, yeah, I do the occasional joke, the occasional exclamation mark, the occasional, not quite four-letter words, but the occasional sort of insulting colloquialism in my essays, and the tutors tend to like it. I think it's just as long as you can back it up with sufficient reading, and you're not just like, I'm going to say shit, whoops, and I'm also not going to do any secondary reading, and that's what I don't like.
Mine's nothing but fucking balls and shit and all.
Uh,
Yeah, we're pushing it, aren't
and
we?
all that. You've only sworn twice. I think I swore. No, you swore once, right at the beginning.
I thought we've already managed it a bit. Let's just go for it.
Yeah.
No, let's stop now.
Let's stop now. I don't
I
wanna lose this
apologise,
show.
God of the radio. If you're listening, we're sorry. We didn't
You
mean
must
it.
appease the god of the radio with a sword or other phallic object.
Yeah. By the way, the wound, like from where he bit me,
Oh god, yeah. How's it going?
it's growing and
It's growing?
it's glowing more than it used. It's like glowing
Is
green.
that a green bit? I can see.
It's glowing green, Claire.
Oh my.
I'm starting to feel a bit odd, like
Yeah,
slightly,
You are looking. You're a pale
Yeah,
man, but you
slightly-
are paler than usual.
slightly. I feel slightly evil.
Evil. That's interesting. Well, we'll be getting back to
Yeah.
that later. I think maybe it's time to
Snap out of it.
Yeah. Just while Ben recovers, I think it's time for another song. We've had a few more requests on the chat room, and one of them is "The Pilgrim" by Iron Maiden. Standards. It's kind of a modern Iron Maiden song there, so not too sure how that would go. Unfortunately, again, not on the playlist.
No.
This playlist is severely lacking. Shall I see what other Iron Maiden we've got to
Go for
pacify
it.
our listeners at home? I like the concept of an Iron Maiden as in the thing, by the way. It's quite cool. I wish I had one in my house.
Do we?
Number of the Beast, classic. Shall we?
Yeah. Funnily enough, if I recall, James, just before he bit me, was actually saying that he had a request that was
Did
the
he?
number of the beast. Yeah.
Wow. Was it
Good coincidence,
request that it be branded upon your forehead or your children's forehead upon
Might have
birth?
meant that. I wasn't really sure.
Yeah,
Something about an Iron Maiden and Number of the
we'll
Beast.
reinforce the locks
I
on the
might have
door.
misunderstood.
In the meantime, enjoy this.
yeah. Let's go for it.
Welcome back. Ben, you appear to be covered in hair.
Yes.
As in more than usual.
Yeah. I after that bite thing, it just sort of I felt a bit odd, and then I sort of started writing around the floor during the music, and I grew horns and am now covered in fur and have glowing red eyes apparently. But other than that, I feel absolutely
I
fine.
thought they were novelty contacts, to be honest.
No.
But,
It was a bite. It was a bite. Which is kind of odd because after like that whole, James going crazy and having the number 666 in his forehead and biting me and it glowing, I thought something bad was happening. But really, I look quite stylish now, so I'm
you do.
pretty pleased.
And in this colder weather, like it'll probably keep you warm.
Yeah.
I do like winter,
Advantage after
ladies and
advantage.
gentlemen. I do enjoy winter. I'm currently sporting some lovely wintry socks. I came down here in my college scarf. Got a hat lined up. Don't want to crack the house out just yet. I keep trying, but it's just not quite ready yet. But no, I do enjoy the wintry weather very much so. We were talking about it earlier about the optimum weather for winter, but we're not going to bore you with the details of our particular weather proclivities.
Oh, you don't want to know about our weather proclivities.
Oh god, hail.
Oh god.
Oh, better than chocolate.
Really?
A lot of things are, though, to be honest.
What about hail made of chocolate?
Hail made of chocolate.
Beautiful,
That'd be very
yeah.
inconvenient, really, wouldn't it?
No, it's true.
It looked like it was sort of raining chocolate. I mean, I'm sure I want
Yeah.
that, really.
Speaking of chocolate, you know what other food stuff exists?
Yeah?
Hummus.
Hummus.
Which brings us on to our debate this week.
Yes.
Hipsters versus hummus.
Yeah, for those of you who are new to the show, every week Ben and I have a little debate. It's going to have to be quite a short one this week because we're running out of time.
So
But-
I've heard us called the new and better Oxford Union, so...
Really, yes, we do
Yeah.
have British parliamentary rules. You know, we do it properly. Last week it was a conflict between which tourist attraction was better, the Big Sheep or the Peas and Hall Pea Festival. I would advise you visit both. The Big Sheep is a kind of perennial. The Peas and Hall Pea Festival, you got to be there at the right time, sort of late June. Prior to that, what else have we had? We've had DOS off, different subjects.
DOS of... Well, we didn't do DOS of in the end.
Did we not?
We
did
compared
DOS of in our
animals.
pilot,
We had elephants versus meerkats.
Meerkats, yeah. That didn't go very
Elephants,
well.
excessively large, we concluded.
Excessively large. Meerkats, excessively popularised, but now is not the time. But this week, we're going a little bit reactionary. Hipsters or hummus? They are alliterative, and that is not the only reason why we chose them.
So to be specific, I will be defending hipsters and attacking hummus with all my
I will
might.
be defending noble hummus with its myriad spelling. And yeah, where we go. How many minutes should we have? Should we have 2 minute
we're kind of...
speeches each week? We are kind of
Oh
running out
god,
of
we have
time.
very little time. 2 minutes speeches each.
2 speeches
I
each.
believe.
Tell you what, we normally have a vote that goes on throughout the show, and people in the chat room then get back to us. Since we're plugging the blog and our email address, I would recommend that you send us your vote via email.
We'll find out next week. Find out next week who's
for
the winner.
results. Hells yeah.
Oh god, the suspense.
So yeah,
this
drop us
radio
an
show is
email.
so exciting.
Indeed, God,
Ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen, you are just partaking in some beautiful, beautiful radio right now.
Oh, it's fantastic. You'll never see anything like this again. Well,
You won't see it. You're not looking at it right
at
now.
all, apart from the wound, which I'm going to post on the blog. But yeah,
And me covered in fur and with glowing red eyes and
that too.
horns.
But add us on Facebook and we'll send you links to the blog. If you are not able to, for whatever reason, send us an email to procrastinatorsonradio@gmail.com, hipsters or hummus. So, Ben, you're defending hipsters attacking hummus. Your 2 minutes start now.
Okay, I just want to say hipsters are beautiful, beautiful people. Like, they get such a bad rep for the whole, like, wearing glasses that don't have glass in them and, you know, walking around with silly scarves and having fixie bikes. But they're just... You have to admit, they're quite good looking. Like, they just look amazing. They're just normal people who are better at dressing than other normal people. I'm not one of them. I wish I could be one of them, but I don't have the balls to pull it off. I can't shave half of my hair off and ride a ridiculously difficult bike and be utterly impractical. I don't have the balls for that. That is dedication to style. I don't wear glasses, despite the fact I probably should, on the basis that I think they cloud my vision. I don't like having something, like, in the corner of my eye, you know? Yet hipsters do it voluntarily for no reason. They are people with so much style and so much panache and so many balls, 500 balls, that it blows my mind. Now, hummus, on the other hand, is just rubbish. It's chickpeas, but worse. It's mashed chickpeas. Mashed potato, I like, but it's not as good as normal potatoes. Everything else that's mashed, clearly worse than things that aren't mashed. A mashed computer.
Question.
Yes.
Point of information, in fact, I would argue that mashing does not necessarily render something better.
No, that's what I'm saying. It renders it
Children,
worse.
for instance.
Yes, it
right.
renders it worse. Ha! You have played into my hands.
Damn it!
I was going to say a mashed
you're
computer,
playing me
worse than normal.
like a lute.
Just like how hummus, i.e. mashed chickpeas, with some
I feel
other
bad.
things, is worse than normal chickpeas. So there.
It's time, actually, coincidentally. Right, well, I have quite a poignant anecdote to end the show on here.
Wait,
Ben
you haven't made your case.
I'm about to make my case.
Oh, sorry.
With this poignant anecdote. Ben has admirably made the case for the hipsters. It's true, they are beautiful people. They do have very exciting hair. They have wealthy parents.
Some of them
nice
have pink
Wellings.
hair.
Some of them have pink. I am not a hipster, how very day. I don't have the yearly income. Controversial. But yes, hummus. Hummus is, despite the fact that now is more commonly seen on the delicatessen shelves of Waitrose, the food, like the primary sort of national produce of countries sort of around... Oh, just kicked my microphone there, I do apologise. Countries around sort of the Israel, Palestine, that kind of Middle East and North African area. I grew up on a lot of hummus. My mum grew up in Egypt and brought the hummus home with her, and basically my staple diet up to the age of about 10 was hummus and falafel, and I feel much the better.
Point of information.
Yes?
You don't look very healthy, Claire. You haven't done much.
Oh, but I'm happy. I'm happy and full of warmth. And this filling with warmth is really where my point lies. Several attempts have been made recently by people to unify Israel and Palestine by means of this shared food stuff, namely hummus. And so there's lots of pictures, you can look them up on the internet if you will in your own free time. Large vats of hummus being made and sat on the border, and people are swimming in them and eating them and generally having a whale of a time. And I'm not going to say that the Israel and Palestine conflict is now hunky-dory, because it obviously isn't. But there is that that vibe. Yeah, sorry to inform you about that. It's not too happy down there. I'm not going to say that it solved everything, but in the way of that sort of Christmas Day football truce that happened during World War One, there is that momentary, if only momentary, moment of happy unification. And I know for a fact that I personally sent a load of hipsters out to Palestine last summer. It was part of a project. Yeah, it was, I don't like to talk about it, it's still a bit sore. And they were absolutely bloody useless, to be honest. And on that basis, I think hummus is a lot better.
Well, I disagree. And
but it's not really up to us, it's up to the listeners at
This
home.
is true. If you want to vote, email Claire at
procrastinatorsonradio@gmail.com.
Procrastinators, is that procrastinators?
Procrastinators on radio, all one word, @gmail.com. Or Google Mail, that's one of the cool things about Gmail.
Or you can send your answer to PO Box. I don't know how PO Boxes work.
PO Box, ladies and gentlemen.
No, we don't.
We're
we're far too important, and also we don't live in the right decade. Yeah.
And a saber.
All I want for Christmas is a PO Box.
Yeah.
That's the
that sounds mildly obscene now.
It's the ultimate. Does a little bit, doesn't it?
But yeah, we're actually coming towards the end of the show, so I think, unless there's anything
basically
else
time for the news, isn't it?
Well, we're going to leave you on the news, but before we leave, it's a bit of a tradition we've got on the show. We sing the national anthem, because we're, showing, despite the fact we may diss the country roundly for the past hour, we are patriotic at heart, despite the fact that we're both massive Jews. So I'm going to play the national
I'm a
anthem.
massive Jew. You're
I'm a
already
minor
half
Jew.
Jew. You don't count.
I'm a minor Jew and a dirty Eastern European to boot. So I'm going to play the national anthem on our kazoo. If you want to have a listen, that's what a kazoo sounds like. And Ben's dulcet tones, and he does have a lovely voice, even though he is now covered in hair.
I have an incredibly sore throat at the moment.
Horned of head and growing fangs.
It might give me a deeper.
Yeah, give you a deeper rumble,
voice,
a nice Morgan Freeman rumble. And so everyone stand
Morgan
up
Freeman.
and to the Queen.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save Queen. Send glorious, happy and glorious, la 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 la, reign over us. God save the Queen. Speaking of which, can I have a quick question for you?
Yeah, of course.
If you could meet Queen Elizabeth I, what would you say to her?
I've put some bloody clothes on.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Anyway.
Right, well, and thank you for listening, and now the news.